Bing, bong, boom. It's Mr. Worldwide when I step in a room. I'm a hustler, baby. You already know it's your boy Big 38 Go Hawk. You already know it's your boy. Let's get it.
Yes, sir. It's Coach Carey, a.k.a. MC4. We got a special guest today.
Special guest, Texas finest.
Texas finest. North Texas, right?
Yeah, you feel me?
Okay.
North Texas.
Lame line, Texas. Y'all don't play no football in Texas, boy.
He already know that's cap. Y'all can't even play football of the year.
Whoa.
Too much snow. Y'all can't play football all year. But
They don't snow in the fall.
We got the jokey jokes today. But, you know, Panthers started off with the Cowboys.
With the Raiders.
Okay.
Then to the Giants.
Now
the Panthers. Yeah.
Hey, we got Madre Harper, Texas finest, Saluki, Oklahoma State, all the above. Corner, safety, nickel, whatever you need. Special teams, the guy.
Yes. This is true. This is him. I am him. Thank you.
AKA what?
AKA Young Shotgun on top. You know.
Shotgun on top,
Shotgun on top.
Yes,
okay.
Off season.
All men are created equal. Some just work harder during the off season.
Let's work.
You know,
Ooh, with the dress. Stop playing with her.
You know, make sure y'all see the camera. You know, it's something slight.
It's shining.
It's shining.
But you know what? Go on and break us down. Who is Shotgun on top? Who is Madre Harper?
So
Same person?
Nah, not necessarily.
Okay.
Like Shaka is like, so basically Shaka came from a nickname from my uncle. He used to say like Shaka Zulu, which he was the leader of the Zulu tribe in Africa. So like he was a leader that was relentless, went out there and went hard, you know, like obviously, you know, conquered a lot and controlled a lot of things in Africa. So basically kind of used that mentality is when we went to the field, you want to dominate everything. It didn't matter if it was practice, walkthroughs, like I'm trying to dominate everybody because in my mindset it's like he's trying to embarrass me, so I'm not gonna let that happen. And so like you just got to go hard at all times. But who am I? Like I'm just a kid from North Arlington, Texas, man. Like I mean I've been playing football my whole life, so it wasn't like I wasn't one of those kids that just kind of picked it up in high school. Nah, like my dad had me running hills and
You were like the Friday Night Tykes.
Yeah, like we really was like going hard. Like
They don't play no football in Texas.
Nah, man. Like I wasn't going to birthday parties and stuff like that. Like my dad had me on Saturdays
training.
running summer track, and I'm running in stadiums at 6 a.m, running 600s at 7 years old. So we really was grinding for this like for a long time.
You knew what the task at hand was.
Yeah, like
on.
grinding for this for a long time.
There was a goal that you set as a kid,
Nah,
or maybe even
facts.
Pop said as a kid.
Facts, and I always enjoyed it. My dad said like I always had fun doing it, and it's just like something that if we were gonna do it, we're gonna be us all. You know what I'm saying? Especially like growing up and watching people. Like my dad would show me tape like Walter Payton and Jim Brown, a lot of old running backs and time like that. Just I wanted to be that and be able to live that life and you know get my college paid for.
Absolutely.
Go to school. I went to school to be exercise. I was exercise science major. I wanted to be a physical therapist and obviously not have my parents have debt or anything like that. So that was one of the most important things for me. But I've also grown a lot since high school to going to Oklahoma State and transfer to Illinois and then being in the league just as a person and as a player. So I definitely dedicate ball to like a lot of things in my life, a lot of doors, a lot of places that I probably never would have been to without football. And I'm sure Myles can attest to that. And a lot of y'all guys can that play. Like a lot of relationships and people that I've met just through ball. And obviously ball is not end all be all, but it is a big part of our lives.
It's an avenue that can bring you to different places.
100%. I think of it as a stepping stone now. And yeah, I've been on a couple teams, and we all know that the business side of ball, isn't kind to undrafted players. So sometimes you just got to keep working until you get that breakthrough. So, I'll play for anybody. It doesn't really matter. I'm just here to work and then show people why I feel like I deserve, to be in the league.
And you've been doing that thus far. So, keep the kudos to you starting
sure.
having that goal such a young age and, really working on it day in and day out. And congratulations and keep that up, man.
Appreciate that.
That's exciting. So you played for the Giants, so you're kind of familiar with
familiar a little bit, even though I came during COVID time 2020, so a lot of things were shut down. But I still able to, I love the city. Like, I love going to New York. I love playing for the Giants. Like, everything was great. The city was fine. Obviously, the media outlet's a little harsher.
Yeah.
So, they're on you, which is a little different for me.
They don't care.
New York is different.
It didn't bother me. I just didn't know, like, how much, like, they're on you. Like, I don't really care what nobody has to say, but, like, I didn't know, like,
there's
eyes on you everywhere.
You hear it a lot more than it is in Charlotte.
than other towns. Like, a lot more reporting, a lot more tweeting. So it's just something that you do have to be mentally prepared for.
Okay.
Because, let's just be honest, like, the fans don't know what's going on. Like, they don't know the insides of the team. So you cannot let that affect what you're doing or be like.
The fans here are pretty crazy, too.
Yeah. And, I mean, they love the Giants. You know what I'm saying? They support them. But obviously, if they don't like something, they're going to talk about it. Of
course.
And you can't let that, get into you. And obviously, people would say, like, well, why would you care? Just somebody that you don't know. It's not necessarily that you care about necessarily who the person was or who said it. It's like, because you want to be great. You want to be looked at in a good light. Everybody does. And you know, you're giving a lot of effort and work to this. And for you not to, let's say, not say please somebody, but for you to go out there and not play your best, you already kind of are affected. Then you're like, dang, the fans are already on me too. So it's like you want to go out there and perform. Like, who doesn't? Who wants people to talk about their name? Because that's like I said, we've been doing this for a long time. And you want to be known as a great player, not a player that's not doing well. So that's something that you just gotta hone in.
It could be those distractions.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, you don't worry too much about media, but it is different. It's something that if you do play at the Jets, Giants, or even Philly, you do got to be aware of that.
Bigger media outlets.
You got to be aware of that.
So during that time, what was something that you did to cope with like the media outlet?
I just turned all the comments off, and since like I didn't get no notifications, none of that stuff, I wasn't really worried about that. I just wanted to play ball because I mean, you know, I was an undrafted kid that was on P squad at the Raiders that got signed off a P squad to the active roster at the Giants. So I took a big leap, and obviously during that year, our corner situation wasn't that good. Our defense wasn't doing all that. So obviously people had a lot of, well, who is this dude? And you know, my name's Madre, looks like mom in Spanish, and a lot of people had a lot of things to say, but I mean, it didn't really bother me because I knew I had something to prove. And obviously, I didn't get to play corner like I wanted to or a lot of things that I did want to do here. But at the end of the day, I mean, it was a great opportunity. And I appreciate, you know, Judge and the staff giving me an opportunity and a chance. But still got a lot of ball left and a lot of chance, you know, to prove myself. Yeah, and still able to prove myself in the league. Like, I know I can play. It's proven. I want to keep making teams if I couldn't. But it's just about when the opportunity comes for me to show it, I just got to be ready for it. Absolutely. Which I feel like I will be.
Good stuff.
So now that you know you're in Charlotte, let's
Queen City.
Let's go back a little bit. You know, college. What was that experience like? You know, going to Oklahoma State. Why'd you choose Oklahoma State, being from Texas?
Yeah.
And then you know moving to the Salukis later on down the line. How did that experience treat you?
So college for me was not the best. Just honestly, like, I did not get to have the college career that I dreamed of and that I worked for. You know what I'm saying? That I felt like I should have had. Like, you know, I felt like I was going to go to college and go to a big school and be, you know, first, second, third round draft pick. And I know a lot of kids feel like that, but I knew that I could have been that kind of caliber player. My freshman year was cool. Had a great time. Everything was cool. My sophomore year, that's where kind of things kind of just didn't go the way I wanted to and end up transferring and stuff like that. But the reason why I picked Oklahoma State is, one, it was kind of closer to home, which distance didn't matter, but it was a nice thing.
Yeah. Gotcha.
And coming in, a lot of the corners there were seniors. They were leaving. And so the class that I came was me, Rodarius, and AJ. And we're all in the league. So Rodarius got drafted to the Giants last year. 6th round. And then AJ plays for the Browns. So all three of us went to the league out of our same class.
All coming into the same
all
class
came into the same class.
DBs.
All the DBs. We all went to the league. All three of us came in the same class.
That's a nice, strong class there.
I know what I'm saying.
That must have been doing a little something, right?
You feel me?
Yeah.
So it was definitely a good experience, and I definitely learned a lot from Oklahoma State and learned a lot about myself. Like, I'm a competitive guy, and, you know, I don't take disrespect well. And I'm just gonna be competitive. So a lot of situations that happened at Oklahoma State, I definitely could have, you know, avoided, but just turn the other cheek or not even get into it with people and stuff like that. But that was something that God said I need to learn how to do that. Sometimes you do have to play the political battle, and just walk away.
Yeah,
it's not worth doing these certain things. And that's, you know, as a young gun, I was just ready.
That shows growth right there. Yeah. Just what
that man said. Above don't make no mistakes.
No, he don't make no mistakes. So I needed
that. Every situation that you're willing to handle, you can handle.
Because if I look back and I was like, if I was still like that same hot head, and I was still like, every dude that said something I had to check, and, you know, wasn't really caring about my money or nothing like that, like, I probably would, if say I went first round, I probably would have blew on my bread and still had more problems down the road. Instead of me being more reserved now and stuff like that. Yeah. Now, going to SIU is a little different because we know it was a smaller school,
right?
Didn't have as much money. Obviously, we weren't getting fed as much. You know what I'm saying? We're having all the gear and stuff.
You're used to this. You're used to this.
Yeah, I'm used to this. Certain
come down
here. So it definitely was a humbling experience, and I was angry. I was depressed. I was angry. I didn't like my life. Like, I didn't like, not that I wanted to kill myself or nothing like that, but like, I didn't like where my football career had taken to me. But it was like, I just kept praying and just stayed down. Like, I was a janitor in college because we didn't have a lot of money. So I was a janitor scrubbing toilets to get extra money. Wow. I worked at Big Lots.
Really getting it out.
You know what I'm saying? So like, it was, I went from getting money in checks, never having to work at Oklahoma State to like having to get a job again. And that was like, like, just crushed me.
That probably is like just shot.
It took a toll on me for sure.
So you would go to practice, everything, go to class, and go to be a janitor.
Yeah.
Do what you got to do to basically feed yourself.
Yeah, for sure.
At home.
Yeah.
And
sure.
That's crazy.
And everybody.
Why
just
these
thinks
coaches
that
are
you just
making
go to
all this
school,
money?
You go to school, play football, and that's it.
Yeah.
But they don't realize that people really got to get out there and they got to
Even
work.
if you're D1, you still some schools is still
don't have it. And
get
it's
it out
like
the
obviously
mud.
we had a couple things, and I appreciate how you for giving me opportunity and stuff like that. But yeah, it just was the reality of it. And I mean, it still is reality of a lot of dudes there. But I mean, like you said, every school just doesn't have it. Like they did what they could have for their funds. They're not gonna go broke.
They worked with what they had.
They worked with what they had.
And they had a good season. I think
our last year, and a year after that. But my first year, 2018, we went 2-9 that season. My first season there.
Was that the year y'all played us at Ole Miss?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, so you guys because you played with Stone. Yep.
Yeah, so we went 2-9 that season.
But you guys didn't know each other back then.
Nah. We smoked them.
Football. Wow. I mean,
Okay, first of all,
that was probably.
SEC.
Whoa, no.
Y'all was up in the first half.
No.
We were beating them in the first half.
They were beating us in the first half.
We were beating them in the first half because they were buns.
We was under sanctions. We had 59 scholarships.
We didn't have enough players to
They had
we were tired.
I mean,
we were tired. They had more players than us.
We ended up winning like 66 to
They
like.
did.
I remember the score because I watched
But
that.
they ain't do nothing on me though, so that's all that matters. They don't do nothing on me.
You guys
though.
play on the same side, so you never had to see each other.
Oh, until the last play, I forgot about that one. My bad. The dude, this what happened.
Oh, he didn't forget that.
Nah, this what happened. The last play.
Speak your truth.
The last play.
Speak your truth.
Dude threw the ball up.
Okay.
It was like last play of the game. He tried to catch it on my back. We ended up falling back. He ended up tucking it on my back. Made Sports Center. It's fine. I don't mind.
DK Metcalf.
No, that wasn't him. It was another dude. That didn't happen to me.
Lodge.
That didn't happen to me.
Lodge.
Yeah, that didn't happen to
Yo,
me.
Lodge was a dog.
Don't do what
Lodge
you
was
do.
a dog.
They would just say, it don't matter. All game, I was locking them up.
bro.
Yeah.
The other plays, I strapped
That
them
was
up.
so you saying that was scrub time?
It was just some on bullshit. I ain't gonna lie. I really kind of slowed down. The game was over. We were losing 60-0. I wouldn't think the ball was coming. They put a backup QB in.
Okay.
I didn't think they was finna throw it. That was on me. I relaxed.
It is what it
you
is.
take that. I mean,
relax.
it's a growth thing.
It happens, bro.
It happens to the best of you.
Bro. But the whole other part of the game, I was strapping.
You strapped.
Other DBs? I don't know about that. I was strapping. I was strapping.
Jeremy made his name that game.
Yeah, he's making plays.
Okay.
You know, that's when we had AJ, DK, Lodge.
That team was stacked.
our wide receiver.
But I wasn't scared of them because, like, I'm used to that.
You was ready for
I
it.
played
That-
Oklahoma State, so
yeah.
like being in that atmosphere.
So you played
felt,
the Texas,
felt like
the
home.
Oklahoma.
Yeah,
So
it
you
felt
played-
like home being in that stadium again.
So, college is over. You graduate with
Exercise science degree.
exercise science degree. Congratulations, student athlete.
Student first. Student first.
Yes.
We
Hey, man,
preach that to the kids all the time.
Facts.
Big on students. They have to send us their grades and all that.
For sure, as they should.
So after college, boom, you go undrafted to the Raiders,
Yup.
then the Giants, and then Carolina. Through that experience of going undrafted and hitting all three of those teams, what have you learned now to like help you in day-to-day life and in the league life?
Well, one, I speak on first. It sucked. It hurt my mental for sure. Like one, it made me. I was already mentally strong, but it did test me again. Cause it's like, dang, like I worked really hard. I came from a big school, went to a small school, still made it on. You feel me? And it's like, dang, why am I keep getting cut?
Right.
And one day I had to just say, like, I'm not gonna worry about that no more. I'm gonna give it my all every day and control what I can control. I cannot worry about if I should have made it over this dude or I shouldn't have got cut. It doesn't really matter about that. If the teams felt like a business move, and that's fine. Like, I was able to make peace with that, knowing that I did everything I could. So I made sure that I was on time, made sure that, I knew all the plays, made sure that my work ethic showed no matter what the situation was. And in my everyday life, knowing that, like, hey, like, times are still going to be rough. Like, you think just because you had a good year, even in business, life, school, like, you had a good year, that does not mean that God's going to allow you to have a great year next year. Like, every year is different. So, like, yeah, I was on active roster my rookie year with the Giants, but I wasn't. I was on P Squad my next year, my second year in the season. And that's just the ups and downs, and just showed, like, I have to keep working. You got to keep going. And that, like, it made me also think more about my money and businesses and knowing that the league doesn't last forever. And how am I spending my money? How am I trying to use the money that I do have in the best way? Whether that's it could just be saving it.
Right.
Everybody's favorite thing is to, go invest. But what if you don't even have the means to invest? Like,
What if you don't even know the first step
to invest? Like,
Because there's a lot into that.
A lot into it. Like, I think the first thing you should do is educate yourself. So, like, I took classes. I did the seminar with the league that offered. I did all the little free stuff that they were giving just because I needed more knowledge about what I was doing.
And if they're giving it to you for free, you might. If it's for free, it's for me.
Exactly. And I was undrafted. Like, my signing bonus was 10 racks. Like, that was it. I didn't get no 500,000. Like, nah, I ain't had it. I still
Get it out the mud.
like,
you already know undrafted
like
people.
I still undrafted. I lived with my parents
Yeah.
for 2 years. Like I still went home. I still basically live with my parents. I got Airbnbs now, but I still basically stay at my parents.
Oh, we gonna dive into that off the field money. We gonna dive
it's
into that. We gonna.
it's like-
I want the people to know you are more than
you know
just
what
an
I mean? So
athlete
it's
over
like,
here.
It's like, you know, like it's things that taught me like, hey, I can still do good things in the position that I'm at, and I'm thankful to be in the door.
Yeah.
It taught me a lot of humility just being where my feet at. We talk about that a lot, and just being thankful. Like as our human flesh, we're always worried about, well, I don't have this and I don't have that. And I was like, you know what? Let me figure out what I do have. I have a lot of friends, I'm sure you do, and I'm sure you do, that couldn't get past rookie minicamp.
Right.
Couldn't get past training camp. Like never got a chance to even suit up in a uniform.
Yeah.
Like
I got friends that couldn't get past high school.
couldn't get past high school, you know what I'm saying? So like I got to be on the same field as Tom Brady. Like I got to get in the game and play.
That's
So it's-
that's
you
a
know
goal.
what I'm
So
saying?
that's
So it's like a lot of dudes can't even say that they even got to suit up and run down on kickoff. Just run down on special teams.
you're part of 1%.
1%. So like I had to sit back, and once I just kind of sat back and let everything rock, I came more at peace. I used to kind of like not be stressed out, but just be like frustrated. Like, what am I not doing to play? So I really want to
Some
play.
things you can't control.
Yeah, so I just let that go and just be more. And I'm more at peace now, and just I'm gonna go out there and just ball and do everything with confidence. Like don't worry about nothing else, and just be who they need me to be. Whether it's special teams, that's practice squad, like it's all
Whatever
fine.
the team needs.
Whatever the team needs, like it's no big deal.
I like to tell like all my friends that don't play football and are not in our profession is like, when you wake up for your job, even if you get fired, you stay where you're at.
Yeah.
If we get fired, if we get traded, we might be in New York. Like he said, he was all the way in Vegas.
Yeah.
And came all the way to New York.
New York.
Yeah.
You gotta just get up.
Like
and leave everything.
no other job other than basketball, baseball, all the
Like
professional,
more professional
sports.
athletes and stuff.
You don't wake up and think like, if I get traded today, I'm going to be across the country.
Yeah.
And that's something you got to deal with in our profession.
Apartments,
and
family life, relationships.
exactly, like you got this whole apartment that you got for 12 months,
Yeah.
and now you're like, oh snap! Like, what am I going to do
I
after?
gotta pay double rent, figure that out, especially like, and that hurt me with like a lot of relationships with females, just people, because it's like I'm moving around, I'm frustrated. People ask me why you're not playing, and they're trying to buy your jersey, and I'm telling them no, like don't do that. I don't know if I make the team, like, and it's just a lot of stuff that we deal with as undrafted players, and it, that's why it's like the ones that do make it and the ones that do play, like we're special.
Yeah.
Undrafted is a special type.
Get
of
to that
class.
3 years. We almost there, boy.
Almost there to that 3
we
years.
almost there.
We can get
about to get
vested.
that vet. About to
So
get
how
that
would you
vet
say,
card.
you talking about how in Southern Illinois your mental was, you were down.
Yeah, I was down
And then
bad.
you don't get drafted when you had all these
Yeah.
aspirations. So I see you said you're at peace right now, but like ultimately, how is the mental state having playing for a couple teams, having gone through what you've gone through? Like, how is it right now mental wise?
I'm great. To me, it's like, I know I can play. I never lost that faith. Even at SIU, I knew I was gonna make it out. Even though some people doubted it, my coaches thought I wasn't
Even
gonna
on
make
your
it.
down days when
Yeah,
you're
like
feeling-
I'm a good player. I don't care what nobody says. I can play. So it's like, just do that. Now the rest of the stuff I just can't control. I can't control because if somebody paid somebody already or the numbers don't work out, because that's
Business
just business
side of it, yeah.
That's the people that think about it like, you can't take this thing personal. It's really just business. Sometimes you won't make it because, okay, we have enough depth in this position and another position needs more depth.
Right.
They gotta drop.
They got to drop
you,
somebody. And you know what I'm saying? They look at and it just feel, so it's like, it's not personal. You can't take it personal.
And that shows a lot of growth from
you can't
you,
take it
from where you
personal.
were talking
Yeah.
about how you were a hothead as a young kid.
Yeah.
Now you're like, all right, I'm gonna look at
Because like
stuff for the
I
bigger
was a
picture
3-star.
of it.
I was a 3-star coming out of high school. Like I had 40 offers. Like I got to choose my school out of high school, and to go to college and not perform the way I wanted to, I was like, dang. And then like to not get drafted, even though I was a 6'3" corner that ran a 4.38 and jumped
There's
a
not
40
many-
vert,
not many
and like
6'3"
you know what I'm
corners
saying?
out
Like
there.
I was
That can move.
I could move. And anybody can attest. Ma can attest. Like I'm sure when I first got there, they wasn't sure I was a tall corner. They didn't know, because a lot of tall dudes can't move.
Yeah,
like
they
that.
can't move. Their hips
But
are
like
tight.
Miles gonna attest, like I can move as a big corner. So
Boy,
like
that boy be moving. He don't
like-
move to the slot.
Yeah, like I
Who's
didn't.
faster?
Be honest.
Oh,
We never raced.
Be honest.
No, Miles is fast.
set up for
No.
this. I gotta set
No. Miles is fast, but I'm never gonna say another grown man's faster than me until he can actually beat me. Till he beats me.
Respectfully.
That's just the
Respectfully,
confidence.
Respectfully,
I'm not saying
I
Miles
like
is
that
fast.
confidence, but
Miles
as a
is
corner
fast.
in the league, you need that confidence.
Yeah, but Miles is fast. Miles is fast, but I'm not gonna say he can beat me until he actually beats me.
Okay, so you guys got a race.
We don't need to race no more.
I'm
We're
not
in-
racing.
we're in the NFL.
Unless
We don't need to do that
unless
no
you
more.
giving me 20 bands,
Yeah,
I'm
let's
not
racing
racing.
for money. There's no point. Like it's all about angles anyway.
Yeah.
You can run a
This is
4.38
true.
but can't stop, or can't, because you can run fast, but if you can't move them,
4.38.
you can't move them.
I ran 4.37.
fast. I mean,
Jersey.
That's a click of the thumb.
Jersey got speed.
His thumb may have been off. His thumb may have been faster.
I ran 4.37.
You don't know who his dude was. His thumb could have been faster.
all about the thumb right
Yeah, you run a 4.4 or better, bro. You fast in the league.
Fast.
So if you
plenty
run
fast.
under, if you run 4.5 or under, you're fast.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah,
You're
I mean
fine.
that's
4.49, you're flat. You're fast.
That's-
Because it's only a step.
Yeah, it's a step.
that's
couple
it.
steps.
That's it.
And it's like it comes down to angles and feet.
That's
and
it.
keep
And
really guard.
football's
like,
all angles.
Right.
And like after being on a team with Stephon Gilmore, like even though Steph was fast, he run a 4.4, but like now
He's more of
He's a
technician.
technician,
more technician.
He
So,
knows
like,
what routes are coming with what.
He's
If
he's doing everything
two
pre-snap.
runs are over route, he know one is coming on the dig. Like
Steph told me, why run your fastest every game? That means that you're working too hard. That means you're not doing route recognition. You're not knowing what's coming. And he was like, you're never going to be able to get a lot of picks if you can't be able to know what's coming. Like, you got to be able to sometimes, not necessarily guess, but you got to know, okay, from film study.
I was going to say, does that go back to film study?
Film study. Steph was like, film study. You look at this formation, you look at this. You should better know that they have.
They only run certain routes.
They only have run certain routes.
Yep.
And he was like, sometimes you just say, okay, if he does this stem or does this, I'm going to jump it.
Because you know it's coming.
You know what's coming. Yeah. And it has nothing to do with technique or talent. That's just straight, like, I know what's going on. Then you add the speed, add the technique. But Steph was like, if you're running your max speed every game, he was like, either you're chasing people and getting beat, or you're working too hard. You're working too hard. And I really
now it's probably
that.
like.
Yeah, because think about it, we have all the physical
talking to that man
attributes.
is like talking to a legend.
Yeah, talking to a legend.
Like talking
He's
to
won
like
a
a
couple-
Hall of
won a
Famer.
couple-
I call him like,
He's
Super
literally a Hall of
Bowls.
Famer that was in our room.
In your room.
I call him Neo from the Matrix. His Steph moves slow.
Yeah.
Like so smooth.
But it's so smooth.
Everything is smooth what he does.
Smooth. It's smooth. It's and he whispers. Like he doesn't.
He's not loud.
You gotta
He's a
come
lead
up
by
with-
example type.
You gotta lean in and be like, what?
Lead by example. All that man gotta do is walk in the room and you're just gonna engage on whatever he say. You like,
yeah, you're gonna be locked in. Anything Steph said, I'm locked in. I'm taking notes. I ask him
So
questions.
as young guys, that's got to be something
I
really.
text him now,
Yeah.
like, and ask him about stuff.
He's like big bro for you guys.
oh yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Like,
And it's a humble big bro. Like you
Yeah.
know, somebody that gets that love, you don't expect
Yup.
him to talk to a dude that he knew. Like
I be
all right,
forgetting Steph went second round. Like, I be forgetting he has all this bread.
he
Cause
came
like,
in mid-year and was still like he was there the whole year. Like
Yeah.
talking
He
to us
just
like he
knew
was bro.
everything.
Like
Yeah.
no, like talking to us like, yo, I know y'all for mad long. Like he didn't have to do that. He
Yeah.
could have came in
And never
boom,
talked to
got what he had to do.
And then he got his money and he was out.
yeah, he had to
he
be.
did that.
He showed love and everything.
That's what's up. Because I don't know how it is. I mean, I'm not in those rooms, but older guys, you don't hear about older guys doing that with the younger athletes in the league. I mean, the NBA or anything like that.
It just depends, because you gotta remember, like, people forget that we are under a lot of stress, and let's be honest, and Myles knows this, like, no matter what happens, we are competing for each other's jobs.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, you
You're
can
my
never
boy
forget
and everything,
that.
but it's a competition that we don't.
But
speak
I
about.
want to beat
Yeah.
you.
Like we don't got to speak about it, but we know like
Y'all know.
I'm still like we both play nickel right now.
We're competing
I'm
for
still
the
gonna
same
put
spot.
him in the best position.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because at the end of
Help
the
each
day,
other out.
if he's great, that means I'm great because he's pushing me to be great because I'm trying to beat him out.
And to me, it's
that.
like, if you just play better than me, that's okay. I can live with that.
Yeah.
Like, it's fine.
Sometimes it happens.
It happens.
Everybody has their days. Everybody has their bad
Exactly.
days.
And so people forget about that. We are competing for the same job. And like, you're right. Some vets could come in there and just not say nothing. That doesn't mean
Yeah.
that they're mean or nothing, but
Yeah.
you're not obligated to teach us.
Right.
Because we all do have
He
to.
just
we
he
have
has
a
to do
job.
is show up, get a check, and leave.
And we do have a job. Like, it's not up to him to tell me to
That's
study
the coach's
film.
job. That's player personnel's job.
You know what I'm
and
saying?
all that stuff.
It's not up to him to tell me I need to train or I
Yeah.
need to study more. Nah, like, you gotta want to do that yourself. But it's nice to have that veteran presence
course.
to ask him quick, because he's played against pretty much every offensive system. So to pick his brain
for a while.
yeah.
At
So
a-
to
at
pick
a
his
high
brain.
level for a long
So
time.
it's like, and he's still at a high level. He's still
Yeah.
at three
Bro,
more years in.
He's still got it.
Bro, he is
Still
still,
got it.
at a high level.
He was on a 1-year deal with you guys, so he's gone.
Yeah, he's gone.
back.
He's the coach right now.
Colts.
Oh, they did sign him.
Big five, big five. You heard? Shouts outs to Big Bro. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
shout out to Gilly,
Shouts
man.
outs to Gilly Locks. You heard?
Yeah, so that's just little things that you learn going to the league and how to take care of your body. Like seeing Gilly always get up early in the morning, do stuff with body.
peanut
be-
butter
At
and
the
jelly.
facility early. Take care of your body.
Yeah, you
Bro,
have to.
I remember we had I think we had a night game, and coach was like, yeah, we're gonna have a walkthrough at the stadium. He's like, coach, I start my process before the game at like 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm not gonna be there. And
Yeah.
coach understood like, who am I to stop somebody who's been in the league for this long?
You
to
have
stop
they
his
have he
process?
has his ways in. Does he really need the walkthrough realistically?
Well, we just need him.
He knows
Well, his
what
first
it
game
is.
he played with us versus the Falcons,
pick.
caught a pick on Kyle Pitts. Doing
And
he
no.
told us before the he told
Yes, he
in the
told us
practice,
in
he was like,
Wednesday.
yo,
Wednesday practice, not
he told-
Thursday.
Not Thursday.
Look,
Wednesday.
Look, he told coach, he was like, yo, I'm playing outside leverage. I'm gonna let him go over, and at the last second, I'm slicing it and pick
pick
it.
it.
And that's
And he did
exactly
that?
what happened.
Did it.
Bro,
He said,
we were like-
he said they're gonna get in this formation. He said he's gonna run this route. And he's like, I'm gonna pick it on Wednesday.
We
And
were
keep
on
in
the
mind-
side. I was on the sideline like,
That's nuts.
yo.
Miles, keep in mind this. He only practiced once a week.
Wednesday. That's it.
He was on the vet status.
Yeah, is he just chill? He needed though. I know he had came up surgery with his knee into his body.
In the training room with the whole iPad watching and he like, bro, you see this? Bro, I'm about to.
It's on next level. I mean, you played for the Patriots for so long. I mean, Bill Belichick's the greatest coach.
That Jones
like Steph knew. He watched a lot of tape, like a lot of film. Like he knew, and he was able. And the thing with Steph is that something that you can't teach. He has great feel for the game.
Yeah,
like feeling routes, like feeling tendencies,
that
like
moxie
feeling the ball, and it's something that you can study as much as you want, but if you're not able to break it down and feel it in the game, like put it on the field, it doesn't really matter. It's easy to sit in the room when it's air conditioned and nobody's running at you to realize that he's running this route, but you got to be able to like put it on the field and do it all while trying to tackle people.
Instinct.
You're tired, like that's a certain type of feel that everybody just don't have.
Yeah. So what's the biggest thing that for each of you that you took from him this year? Being the vet in the room,
I would say it's taking care of my body. Like just to see a person who, he knows the in and outs of the game, been playing for 10 years, all this, to the way he took care of his body, coming in early. Like he got kids, he got a wife, he got all this at home. Like, but to still be like, the only way I feed my kids is if I stay on the field. Right. And like for him to like, he always had a peanut butter and jelly, like to the nutrition, the cold tub, hot tub.
He was on it in every aspect of his body.
Every aspect. So I think that's why I took
For me it was like just slowing down the game. That's what we always used to talk about. Like, don't get so riled up and just slow it down and raise like my mental. Like you gotta athletic attributes. How do you raise your mental and slow the game down? So that's what I be trying to do in practice. Like, even though, like, I'm playing safety and nickel now, you know what I'm saying? Everybody plays safety like that. But I'm able to go out there and still be in the right spot because I'm trying to break it down and slow the game down. Okay. I don't have to be antsy about nothing or feel like I have to make a play. No, just be in the spot, learn your technique, and see what you see and just react. Yeah. And that's what I learned from Gilly. He was like, one game he ran like 14 miles per hour. And we're hitting 21s, 22s.
Yeah, that's like a jog.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like, okay, in my head, in practice, you're working too hard. And not that you shouldn't run fast, but it's like on certain plays, if I know that this is coming, I don't have to strain. I can just put myself there without having to do all this extra straining. But if I'm all over the place and don't know my leverage and don't know what's going on within our own defense, I'm making my job harder. So I have to, in tune, work harder. Yeah. And that's what I learned from Gilly. Like, you don't have to do all that.
Yeah. And like younger kids don't understand. It's so easy, like in high school, you want to know your position. Right. In college, a lot of times, you want to know your position. Right. When you get to the level you guys are playing, you need to know everybody around you.
Whatever I do affects the defense alignment.
Yeah.
And that's what I think if your younger guys in college and high school can kind of understand.
It make more plays. I could have made so many more plays in college if I just took the time to learn what the safety was doing. Or not even that, like, talk to them. How do you see this play?
So you can kind of see it the same way that they're seeing.
Because like if you feel like, okay, this is gonna happen or this is gonna go on, okay, I need to play it like this. Yeah. If this is the coverage, where are you gonna be at? Are you lined up on the inside of the hash? You outside the hash? Are you closer? Are you leaning away? If we're 3-by-1, are you gonna lean to 3-receiver side? I need to know things like that because I know if I'm on a single side, I really don't have no help. Exactly. Or are you gonna tell me, you know what? I'm looking at here, but I'm gonna lean to the single receiver side. Like I need to know those things so I can play better. Yeah. Instead of you play corner in college, tell you to go out there, cover 2, cover 3.
Exactly.
That's it. To go out there and lock up.
That's it. In the league, it's a little different.
Yeah, you got no leverages and stuff like that. And a lot of teams is like if you lose,
you can't play everything.
Yeah.
You got to know where your help is and use your help.
Use your help for sure.
Do your job.
That's the only way you're gonna be able to cut out routes. Yeah. You cannot play every route. If you try to play every route, every play, you'll lose.
But you can have leverage to beat certain routes on certain plays.
Exactly.
Understood. So let's step away from football right now.
Step out the game. More than an athlete.
The true businessman. Like I am dissecting his mind like on a daily basis. We talk about things and like, I'm in the process of trying to get a little townhouse. But my man here, he's done it. He's doing it, and he's doing it at a high level. So I want you to kind of like dive into like your ventures off the field and tell us about how that's been going and what got you into that stuff.
Yeah, so I got 2 Airbnbs, which everybody knows Airbnb's kind of like the hottest wave right now. And then I got 1 rental property, and then I'm trying to get another one. But like the process with that was like I knew
as an undrafted rookie.
Yeah, so I'm trying to use my money.
That's not something that happens.
Yeah, because you got all that money at the top.
So with me, it was like one. Partnering with friends that have good jobs to make the risk smaller. So instead of me having to put in 50,000, I can put in 10. Even though I make less percentage on the back end, to me it's less risk because I am undrafted. Yeah. And it was smart for all of us trying to get into the game because eventually we're trying to build up our company where, we can have 400 properties underneath us. And obviously we're all going to eat off of that. We all going to scale that up. And so the process with that was just obviously a lot of research. One of my friends is a realtor. His dad owns a construction company. So we were able to use his expertise. Another dude, he does like financial for a really big company. And then the other dude, he does coding and builds websites and stuff.
Oh, wow.
So like, another dude has a hedge fund.
So you got a whole team.
Yeah, a whole team of people that out here getting money, and obviously want to, further their money. And I knew as an undrafted player, like I said earlier, it's not really about the money that you make. It's about what you do with the money. And I had to figure, always, when you're younger, you're always like, oh, if I can just make this, I could do this. Well, I'm sure Myles can attest to that. I thought when you got $10,000, I was going to have a lot of money. Not enough.
Not enough.
You thought, okay, if I just make 50 racks, it's not enough. We made 100,000. It's not enough. I still feel broke, and I know people say that's a bad mindset, but it keeps me humble in the sense like.
But if you look at yourself that you're broke, then it's like you're always hungry.
I'm always hungry, and it's like, nah, I can't spend like that because I don't have it like that. And to me, I can't say that I have it until I could stop playing ball and say that I don't have to work. I'm sure Myles can attest to this. If me and Myles didn't play football this year, we would have to get a job.
Yes.
Like just 100%.
Yeah.
I don't have enough money to never do nothing ever again.
Yes, I would be a full-time trainer, and I'd be working 10 to 10.
Yeah, but like I have a job. I go get a 9 to 5 and use my degree. And to me, I don't got it.
Yeah.
And so me trying to further my money, but it didn't happen overnight. My rookie year, I wasn't worried about none of that.
Yeah.
I spent a lot of money. I was active. I'm sure we was all having fun. We were trying to enjoy the league.
It's the first time you really would have
nothing rookie year. I was in the crib. That was COVID. I was chilling.
You were enjoying yourself. I mean, it's
but
the first time you really had a nice
I was in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yeah, it wasn't much.
You was in New York, New Jersey. Like you had the. I was trying to enjoy myself, and it's like
in a lot of spots.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like I wanted to make sure that I could further my career, and obviously I don't know everything about real estate, and I'm still trying to learn. But I know that people need places to live.
Yep.
And before the market kind of got messed up right now, real estate is a good long-term play because it's always going to appreciate. It's something that as long as the market is there, it's always going to be a thing. People still need a place to live.
Yeah.
And like with us, we started out small. We got like a little 2-bedroom townhome. Like it doesn't have to be nothing big. Like income is income.
Yeah, absolutely.
And like people are in our generation, especially, I guess our 20 or 90, late 97s and down, too big to want to get like a get-rich-quick scheme. Like real estate is not a thing that you're going to get rich in a sense like, yeah, you may be able to get a big flip where, you get a house and flip it for this and get over 100,000, but not all things are going to be like that.
Right.
Like you look at all millionaires, they have plays where they're holding, apartments and different buildings for a long period of time. And then you do flips.
And they're just being patient with it.
Yeah, and being patient. You're going to collect that mailbox money. You're going to collect that.
And that's what you're looking for the back end
that's for the
after
back end.
football is
after
done.
football, where at least when I can leave the league, I want to have 10, 15, 20, 30 properties, and I want to own a 15-unit apartment complex and a duplex. And
so you got your plan.
Them the goals that I want to get to. And obviously, I'm not against any other businesses. Like, I want to do stuff where, I could get into like a startup company, like kind of how Postmates was, like with KD and stuff like that. Like get into types of companies. And then obviously, I do stock stuff for my financial advisor, but everybody, I say everybody can't do stocks, but that's a normal thing. That's a normal thing. And then, obviously the Airbnb thing is a good thing where obviously you don't have to, let's say, not own anything. You can rent something and still make money from it. I was able to furnish it and get that going, and
everybody's looking for Airbnb.
Yeah, you feel me? And now the thing with Airbnb now, and I'll tell this on camera, like I'm not sure where it will go in a sense. Like obviously, it's kind of better than having hotels. Yeah. In a sense, like you have a kitchen, you can stretch out. There's no because think about a hotel market is where you go in the hotel, you only have space to put your bodies and lay down your stuff. That's it. With an Airbnb, you have a full kitchen, you have a washer and dryer. It feels more like a home.
Homey.
So it's a great market, but a lot of cities, because of people throwing parties and disrespecting people's homes like that, some cities are trying to ban Airbnb.
Really?
So if we wake up tomorrow and the legislator says no more Airbnbs, they can do that. Right. You ever been in some neighborhoods where HOA say you can't rent out your house?
Yeah.
That's a rule. So why can a city not wake up and say we've had problems with Airbnbs?
We're not having them.
We're not having them no more. So that could happen, which it may or may not. So I will give a disclaimer on that. It could happen. So you do need to check landlords. You do need to check your city's rules. You do need to check certain things, and then obviously just doing research. Is this even a good area to Airbnb?
Don't just hop into something and think it's just gonna be like
let's get Airbnb at some random town, thinking people are just gonna come to that random town.
Yeah, like that's not how it works. I did a lot of research. My Airbnb's in Frisco and then one in Addison, and it's just like they were good areas that a lot of people are going to. One of my Airbnbs is right next to the Cowboys facility.
Okay.
So I know a lot of people are gonna want to travel there. You want to see the practices, and obviously people want to like be in the Frisco's nice areas, 20 minutes from Dallas. So like it's doing good. So it's like there's just certain steps you can look to, and there's a lot of ways to do business.
Okay.
Like whether it's real estate, it's stocks, and really the only other things you either can invent something improve on an idea or open up something. Now, I do want to get a Wingstop or some type of franchise, but obviously to do those type of stuff, you need a little bit more money.
Gotcha.
Wingstop asking for, but it makes a lot. But obviously, it ain't cookie cutter dry. People are like, oh, I just want to open up a Chick-fil-A, or open up a Wingstop, or open up a Zaxby's or something. Yeah, but people forget that you have to have operating costs. You have to pay bills for a month before you even make money. You have to find the land or find a pre-existing building.
That's a lot of money up front.
It's a lot. Exactly. And I was be like, well, I'll take out a loan. That's fine. You can take out the loan, business loan, but you need to have the right people in place in order to do all that, because there's zoning. People forget about zoning. You could try to get a Zaxby's here, but the city says, no, you can't have a food establishment within a certain amount of this or a certain amount of that. Or
zoning is crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Or like
research. And
I'm sure you're trying to get a bigger building and stuff. And some places, you have to have a big enough fire land or big enough this.
Gotta have an architect come in and build out and do the.
Who makes these rules? This is crazy.
What's for the community wants what they want. Yeah. So that's why
it's another way for them to make money too.
Yeah.
You know, they send
these people now have jobs making sure
they send their code of conduct people to make sure stuff like
that. A lot is going into their off the field ventures. As much as this football side stresses, there's a lot that goes on.
I have a great team. I got my mom helping me. I found some good people that my doing my taxes, my financial advisor, and like I said, my friend that's the real estate agent help me through all these things. And so it's slowly coming along. Yeah, I mean, if I was a first rounder, I probably would have had 5 properties by now.
Yeah, a little different because
the money's different. But I don't mind going slow because in my head, I'm never gonna stop working. I can choose, but I can choose the type of work that I choose to do. That's the goal.
That's the freedom.
Yeah. People always say, "Oh, well, you want to be able to wake up when you want to, and this and that." And that's fine. That's cool and dandy. But you're never gonna not have to work.
Yeah.
No matter who you are,
you gotta go get it.
I don't care.
Jay-Z is still working.
Yeah, Jay-Z still.
He's probably waking up early as hell too.
Floyd still works.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did an exhibition in Dubai on a helicopter pad, and it was easy for him to beat the dude up.
Yeah,
but that's still a job.
You still got to train for that.
You still have to be in shape. He said it was easy, but you still doing stuff. So you just want to choose how you work.
Okay,
that's the key. And to me, I'll tell people on camera, everybody's not meant to be an entrepreneur.
Yeah,
you need some people to go to 9 to 5. There's nothing wrong with going to a 9 to 5, getting benefits, and going home. There's nothing wrong with that. Right. That is some people's direction, some people's life. Because to be an entrepreneur, you can lose money.
Yeah,
you can go broke. You can go down. And that's sometimes won't work. Yeah. I've tried to get properties in the past and didn't get approved. Lost a bidding war, you know what I'm saying? Trying to put money up. We tried to get another property the other day and we lost the property because somebody came and outbid us. And we thought, we was finna get it.
Oh, you're ready to get it.
Yeah, and it happens though. And you can open up a restaurant and your restaurant fails.
Yeah.
You could buy a property and try to flip it and nobody buys it for the price that you want.
And then you're losing money.
It's
going down on price.
Yeah, so it's risking everything. But obviously, yes, you want to try to create different sources of income. But I try to tell people, okay, if you're working, say, a job, you're making $60,000, $70,000 a year, $50,000, whatever it may be. Let's start small. How about you get a vending machine in your local barbershop? That's something small that you and your family could do and stock it up and go into the barbershop. Be like, hey, this is my family. We're trying to do. We'll put a vending machine. Wooty woo. What I'm saying? Let's get some dividend yielding stocks. Let's buy some Amazon, some Apple, and blue chip stocks is what we call them, that give you dividends. You're not making $100,000, but you make a little money. You're starting small.
And it's just, you said start slow and then
build your way up. Okay, your wife is organized.
Rome wasn't built in a day.
It wasn't. Your wife's organized. You know what I'm saying? So or a week. You feel me? Yeah. So let's try to be a travel planner, or let's let's try to be a personal shopper, or let's do little small things on the sides in order to build money. Let's
build your empire.
Yeah. What's our strengths?
Right.
Even now with kids, I saw a kid on YouTube that unboxes toys. He made $30 million last year.
That's crazy. YouTube's crazy. You
think about it. A kid made $30 million last year. Listen, guys. He's a kid that opens toys, and other kids watch him open toys. It made 30 million last year. Has 7 different channels.
2022 is crazy. Right? What am I doing wrong?
So you can't tell me not a way to make money. You just have to sit down. My biggest thing I tell people: sit down, see what you want to do, see what you're good at, have a plan, and then execute it. Put goals down. I'm sure, Myles, with your foundation, you had certain goals. Okay, let's come up with the title. Let's get our LLC or a C corp.
My mom is the backbone of everything. She has everything ready, and whenever it's time to go, she has all these plans.
And you just gotta execute.
She said first 2 years, you're all right, Going in this 3rd year, we're doing a camp.
Exactly.
And what we do today?
Did a camp.
Did a camp.
Be organized. You need somebody that's organized. Like I know I'm not the most organized person, so I would need my mom. My mom.
Surround yourself with people.
Surround yourself with that people, and then people that's not with the goal. All my friends ain't making money. They ain't rich. Like, but the thing is, we all are trying to be the best we can. And I'm a firm believer. I want you to make as much money as possible. Always. I'm not saying money is everything, but money definitely helps. It's easier in life when you can.
Helps you get in a conversation that you're not supposed to be in.
Exactly. So it's like it's easier in life when you can pay your bills on time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Where you don't have to have credit card debt. Like my family, we was growing up, my family had decent jobs, but sometimes, we had to go into credit card debt. My parents lost their job at one point, when back in was it like 2010, a lot of layoffs were happening. We lived off of credit cards. And that, I put my parents in credit card debt.
Absolutely.
And that was things that
mess up the credit, and then you can't buy other things.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I want to have those type of reserves or have that type of income where it's okay, if I get fired from this job or this job's not doing well, I have other pillars to help support us be able to keep going. Right. And that's why I feel like I want people to be as wealthy as possible and just do right by the money. People are like, oh, if I get $1 million, I'll be rich forever. That's not true.
No,
a lot of people have gotten $1 million
and they blew it.
Broke.
Yep.
And it's hard. It is not easy to give a 22-year-old in the league $8 million and tell him not to spend money.
They're gonna,
especially if you've never had money.
I don't
know about you.
You buying your mom something, you buying your uncle something, you buying your sister.
All the people that help you get there, you feel obligated.
Yeah, feel me? You know about
that awkward conversation of saying no to someone that you love is truly a conversation that
we all grinded together.
Prepared to even have, because like you grow up, you you see all these stories like, oh, I bought my mom a house, I did this, but they never, as you get into the league, that's when they start telling you the stories of, oh, my parents asked me for this, and my mom started stealing from me. Yeah,
it's crazy. And I wanted to buy my mom a car, but I wasn't active my second year, so I didn't buy it. And she understood, and that kind of crushed me a little bit, because my first year, I wanted to just go through my year. Second year, okay, boom, we're going to be second year, I'm going to buy my mom a car, and I ain't buy my mom a car, and that kind of hurt me. And my mom just wants a Volvo.
you got to go for this.
For sure, 100%. Like
Mama is coming.
Like she don't want no Bentley or nothing.
Oh, mother,
I'm cool.
Just some regular so she can drive around.
That's it. So it's like we all have those goals, but at the same time, I'm not gonna go broke trying to give my peoples everything, and they understand it and they're cool with that. And just I'm sure Myles is I bet his family, great family. My parents say we still gonna work.
Yeah.
Both
of his parents still working.
And my parents said we don't want nothing from you. You could never give us a dime. Our goal was to make sure that you could pay your own bills and live with your own. My mom said she's cool with that.
You got some good parents.
She said she was cool with that.
Our age, we're not obligated to take care of our parents.
Facts.
Yeah. Like, our parents' job was to get us to this point, and they're not obligated to take care of us after 18.
Facts.
So we're not obligated to take. Now, if you do something,
that's nice. They enjoy it.
Yep.
But you're
my
not.
Mom not asking for my dad. My mom not asking for nothing.
You're not obligated to take.
And that's gotta feel good.
Yeah, for sure, 100%. And like obviously allowing me to come back. Like a lot of parents would have said, "No, you made over $100,000 last year. You don't need to come back to the house."
Peace.
Yeah, bye. My parents let me sleep there and didn't say nothing. They were cool with that. I was probably like me being at home, but like you know what I'm saying. Like it was cool, and I appreciate them for that. And we know we're still trying to build this thing, and I want to build an empire for my family where I have 10, 20 properties, and my mom just works for me. Yeah. Like, you ain't got to go to work no more. Just do this real estate thing. We'll build.
But you going to work now. You going to work.
Nah, fast. You gonna do something, and whatever it may be. Like I'm in the process of trying to get my mom to get a real estate license. So like,
that's awesome.
When we go get properties, my mom get paid for that.
Boom.
It's cut out the middleman. Let her do it.
So look,
good head on the shoulders right here, right?
So look,
trying.
So look,
keep it up.
We always end
here we go.
2 surprise questions.
Okay,
ready?
I don't know if you're ready for these though.
All right, which one you want? You want A, you want B?
B.
Okay.
B. The last NCAA came out in 2014.
Okay.
From then, who would you put on your cover from 2014? Anybody past 2014? We can't name anybody. We just need to hear who you would put on your cover.
Who I would put on my cover, to me, looking at college and looking at people going crazy, to me, I ain't gonna lie, I probably would have put Johnny Manziel on there.
Respectfully.
I mean, I know what he did. I know he didn't do. I know he didn't do what he supposed to do in the league, but seeing him in college
though, now
and then beating Alabama that one.
Seeing the time frame.
Yeah,
he's 2016.
Yeah,
he came out 2015.
I
had him up on my list.
There's obviously other great dudes, but like looking back and like somebody was like, God, he's going nuts.
Yeah, he did. What he did for college football was crazy.
It's crazy. I think
he is highlight. I know we talk about Tavon Austin's highlight reel.
Yeah, for sure.
And he's a year before. Like he could have been on the last one. But Johnny Manziel's highlight tape goes ridiculously stupid.
It's crazy.
And I mean, you're from the South, so you kind of that was a big thing out in Texas.
What? He was going nuts. I was like, bro, this dude. I told my dad like he's going first pick in the draft. And that's like, no way.
Tell him yours.
Lamar.
Nah, facts. He was going nuts.
Lamar.
Nah, he was going nuts.
Joe Burrow.
Yeah, he was going nuts too.
Thank you.
Are you putting him over? Are you putting him over Lamar? Or are you putting him?
No, he's below Lamar.
Okay.
I appreciate you.
I don't respect how he be putting my pick down because Joe Burrow was the only quarterback that had Heisman Trophy, undefeated, national championship.
I mean, yeah, that's true.
His team was crazy.
His team was
he
crazy.
had the best
Yeah,
team.
but he was the team. They loved him down
there. He had arguably the best football team ever in college.
And it could have been the media, though.
Okay, so what about Baker Mayfield? He went crazy in college.
He did go crazy in college.
He was a walk-on at Texas Tech. Went to Oklahoma, went crazy, won the Heisman. We got Kyler Murray, and a Texas legend. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say Kyler Murray, best quarterback to ever come out of Texas.
For real?
At the state of Texas.
Respectfully.
High school football.
Over Drew?
You stamping that?
Yeah, over high school football. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, high school. Tyler was. If y'all go watch Kyler's,
I watched this
in high
school, Allen, Texas, right by right?
Like 30 minutes away.
That stadium.
I played with two of his teammates.
Is your stadium like that? What was your high school stadium?
My high school stadium is nice, but it ain't like Allen.
Allen's
it ain't like
crazy.
Allen.
It's all around.
But I also have 6 schools in my city. Allen only has 1.
Oh wow.
Yeah, Arlington's big.
Okay.
Yeah, Arlington's big.
That's where the Rangers are at, right?
Yeah, Rangers, Cowboys Stadium, all that.
Okay.
Yeah, Six Flags, Hurricane Harbor, all that. The Kyler Murray's high school tape.
This
y'all
is
watch,
crazy.
Go
back and watch that.
It's crazy, bro.
So the last
Dude's giving it to people.
Were you a Disney guy?
I mean,
Disney or
Disney and Nickelodeon.
Which one?
Which one I would pick over?
Like, which one did you watch as a kid?
I feel like I watched both.
All right, so
All right.
Yeah.
If you could go back, I need your top 3 Disney movies of all time.
Top 3 Disney movies of all time?
Yeah.
Now I gotta remember, make sure which one's a Disney movie. Okay, so I'm gonna say Pocahontas. That's a classic. I love that movie. I'm sorry, Pocahontas is dope.
He's gonna start singing.
Pocahontas goes crazy.
I was trying to remember, but I couldn't think of it.
I'm trying to remember all my Disney movies.
It
Pocahontas.
could be cartoon or non-cartoon movies too.
We said movies, so dang, what's the one with the mouse? The mouse that was on a tour across the world. You know what I'm talking about?
Ratatouille?
Not Ratatouille. It's another one. Yeah, 5. Yeah, that one. And then
I
it's
ain't
a
never
classic.
heard of that.
Seen that? That's a classic, bruh. And then
You just taught me something.
Right?
yeah, I used to watch a lot of movies. Yeah, and then
Last one, here we go.
what was my last? I'm gonna do something current. Nah, I'm gonna go Lilo and Stitch. I used to watch,
movie?
yeah, I used to watch that a ton.
Ohana.
I used to watch that a ton, bro.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a list. Besides Pocahontas, the other 2, no one said yet.
Somebody said Pocahontas before?
Didn't somebody say?
I don't think somebody said Pocahontas.
Wow, so you got 3 movies that none of our guests have said.
Ohana means
What did the guest said?
I mean, we had Cool Runnings.
It's a great movie.
We had Double
Luck
Team,
of the Irish.
Luck of the Irish.
Yeah, look. Ooh, I forgot about the Look at the Irish.
Yes,
Yo, used to
thank
go
you. Get out.
crazy.
Get out. See you later.
Dang, I
Get
forgot
out.
about the Look at the Irish.
Go. He just mad 'cause I'm Irish and he hates that.
I forgot. I've seen so many Disney movies.
He's wild.
I mean, you could even throw it back. Remember when Corbin Blue had the little golf cart movie? Like, there's so many, like,
There's a lot. There's a couple
bro, to
OGs
think
out
of. Like,
there.
I'd have to go through a list and be like,
All
dang,
right.
Look at the Irish is a good movie.
That's
bro.
a terrible.
Thank you.
It's a terrible.
Remember the one where they had, what's it called? Smart House, whatever?
Smart House, great movie.
All right,
Great
all right,
movie.
We're done.
See, yo, we're on the same page right
There's
here.
a lot of good movies,
gotta
man.
go.
And
Yeah.
that's a wrap. I just want to appreciate you guys, Carey. Sign us out. Here we go.
We appreciate you, bro. This was, this was an awesome time. We appreciate you coming out to the camp. That was huge. I know the kids loved it. But, sign us out. Give us your last words for what you got for them.
Man, you know what I'm saying? It's young go-getter shotgun on top from the Northside Ag Town here with my dogs right here. This is me, you feel me? We in the off season right now, finna prepare for this season, man. I appreciate Myles and his family taking me out to their home in the Ville. They said nobody calls it that, but we're gonna call it that today.
We the Ville, baby.
You know what I'm saying? Just having a great day and able to come, communicate with you guys and really just talk about just life. And we are I like stuff like this because we are more than just football.
Yeah.
And it's good to for the
that out
fans
there.
and people just to see this side. So I really appreciate you guys having me out for sure.
Appreciate it.
Anytime you want me back, I'm there. I'm there with it.
Most definitely.
Like, comment, subscribe. Because
All that.
what?
Tell a friend to tell a friend.
Because we're all friendly.
Appreciate it. Off season.
All men are created equal. Some just work harder during the off season.
Let's work.